My name is Karthik Basani, and I am a sophomore at Vandergrift High School. I am currently pursuing my yoga teacher training through Yoga Bharati. I would like to introduce Srimati Aparna Vaidyanathan, who will be the main host for today's event. Aparna Ji is well known for her acting skills in her debut film Sundarakanda. To her credit, she has acted in a few more South Indian films and has modeled for jewelry and other fine products. She is a Bharatanatyam dancer and has performed in India, US, and Canada for both temple, corporate shows, and festivals. She has a master's degree in childhood special education from NYU and has been working in the school system as a special ed teacher for the last 16 years now. She moved from the Bay Area to Austin in 2017. Please welcome Aparna Ji.
Hello everyone. Thank you for the warm welcome, Karthik. Appreciate it. I would like to extend a warm welcome again to all of you today for our Yoga Bharati VYASA Austin chapter inauguration. Welcome everyone. A very hearty welcome. Yoga Bharati is a non-profit 501c3 organization with a vision of enhancing health, happiness, knowledge, and peace in life through a holistic approach to yoga. We are a yoga education institution offering yoga teachers training and yoga therapy courses. We are a branch of Swami Vivekananda Yoga Research Foundation, VYASA, Bengaluru, India. The mission of the Austin chapter is to enable awareness of yoga through activities to the greater Austin community. Anil Ji and Ashwini Ji will share more details about Yoga Bharati and VYASA in a few minutes. We are very honored to have a number of chief guests join us this evening to offer their best wishes and blessings to all of us. Please join me in welcoming them. First and foremost, I would like to welcome Anil Surpur Ji. Anil Ji is a BE in Electronics and Communication and a MS in Yoga, ERYT 500, YACEP, and CIYT in one of the founding members and currently the president of Yoga Bharati, senior faculty and yoga teacher. His yoga journey started way back in 1986 when he attended BKS Iyengar yoga training in Chennai and has been practicing yoga since then. Anil Ji's interest is in yoga research in addition to teaching yoga. He is a principal investigator and supervisor of yoga research to see the effects of yoga in children with ADHD, a pilot project undertaken by Yoga Bharati, which is approved by MIT IRB. Anil Ji is on the board of directors of Yoga Bharati and VYASA USA. He's currently the director of engineering in UMA Incorporated in Palo Alto, California. Anil Ji, please grace the dais. Thank you, sir. Ashwini Surpur Ji. She is a BS in Computer Science, a MA in Sanskrit, ERYT, and CIAYT. She is the Executive Director of Yoga Bharati and a Senior Yoga Therapist. She has worked at Oracle as a software engineer for 15 years and she has quit her job in 2010 to join Yoga Bharati as a full-time volunteer staff. She provides yoga therapy to the clients with various disorders and specializes in cancer and terminally ill patients. She has spoken at various conferences on yoga and on Hindu philosophy. She writes articles for various magazines and news media on yoga. She is passionate about literature and philosophy and has a MA degree in Sanskrit. She writes poetry in her free time. Ashwini ji, please grace the dais. I'm very excited to introduce the next guest. I would like Karthik to come onto the dais and introduce our next guest.
I am truly honored to introduce our next guest. He calls me his best friend and he takes me to movies and dinners. He has lived with us in the Bay Area for many years and we celebrate events together. He doesn't want me to call him uncle, but only GS. Srini Gurrapu is CEO of Booma.dev, a low-code startup empowering developers to build inside-first apps, and was previously VP, Products, Design, and Innovation at Claris, an Apple company. He is passionate about yoga, a certified yoga teacher, and participated in the USA Yoga 2017 National Championship. He is the founder of the 10 Youth Excellence Center, the 10 YEC, for the past 4 years to help build youth entrepreneurs with yogic powers of Yama, Niyama, and Samyama. His organization has helped several public schools, orphanages, women, and differently abled people with yogic skills and training, Khan Academy, and Yoga Sutra knowledge. Please welcome Srini Gurrapu.
Thank you, sir. I would like to welcome our next guest, Vinod Ajjarapu. He is the co-founder and CEO of YogiFi. Vinodji is an entrepreneur, technologist, and business development leader with 24 years of experience in the technology industry. He has been leading and managing large-scale technology information initiatives for global technology companies in the areas of information technology, artificial intelligence, robotic process automation, machine learning, data analytics, network engineering, and so on, in various capacities including product development, engineering, and business operations. He is passionate in building innovative products like YogiFi, a smart yoga mat that tracks an individual's yoga practice and provides real-time correctional feedback on alignment and balance. He lives in Atlanta, Georgia, with family and 2 children. Please, sir, grace the dais. Now, I would like to welcome all our honorable guests to come forward to light the lamp to mark an auspicious beginning to this long journey. A big bone to all of this event is Shailesh. Sir, it is empty on the dais without you. Please grace the dais. Thank you. Next, I would like to invite Supriya Basani to the stage to sing a very auspicious Ganesha song. She was in the IT industry for many years, working at companies like Cisco and Fujitsu Siemens Computers. She is passionate about music and has trained for several years in Carnatic vocal music under her guru, Srimati Rama Tyagarajan. She has performed on various occasions such as Tyagaraja Aradhanai, Purandaradasa Aradhanai, and so on in the Bay Area. Please welcome her.
Mahaganapatim manasa smarami Mahaganapatim manasa smarami Vashishtavamadevadivandita Mahaganapatim manasa smarami Vashishtavamadevadivandita Mahaganapatim. Sorry. Mahadeva Sutam Mahadeva Sutam Guru Guhanutam Mahadeva Sutam Guru Guhanutam Marakoti Prakasham Shantam Mahadeva Sutam Guru Guhanutam Marakoti Prakasham शान्तं महाकाव्यनाटकादिप्रियम् महाकाव्यनाटकादिप्रियं मूषिकवाहनमोदकप्रियं महाकाव्यनाटकादिप्रियं मूषिकवाहनमोदकप्रियं पापमगमरे सरे सनि स पमगम पादनि सरि गम मरि सरि सनि पम नि पमरे गमरे रे सा री सा नि पमग रे सरि गम महागणपतिं मनसा स्मरामि वसिष्ठवामदेवादिवन्दित महागणपतिम् Thank you.
Thank you for that wonderful performance, and may Lord Ganesha remove all the obstacles during our journey. Next, we will hear from some of our gurus from VYASA, who are guiding forces behind all the work we are undertaking here. Padma Shri Dr. H.R. Nagendra is the Chancellor of Swami Vivekananda Yoga Research Foundation, or SVYASA, in Bengaluru. He quit his high-profile career at NASA and returned to India and founded the SVYASA University, going from engineering to human engineering in search of truth.
My dear brothers and sisters, I am very happy that Austin is shaping up and a new center is being organized as VYASA Austin. As many of you know, in Dallas we started our VYASA USA at the headquarters, and it is headed by our secretary Satyan, whom you also have met him. And we have got various centers. Among them, Houston is one of the oldest center, Los Angeles oldest center, and several others. And Yoga Bharati also is an offshoot of the entire VYASA movement. And now with Dallas coming up as VYASA USA, we want to bring all these centers under one framework, just like what we have done here. VYASA here is headquarters in Bangalore, but we have now a lot of affiliated centers throughout the country. Nearly 300 centers have come up now as the affiliate center. Similarly, USA is going to be the hub, and then we can have a number of centers throughout the United States. And already Yoga Bharati has a few centers. They all are going to be part of this entire VYASA. So Anil, Surpur, Ashwini, they are all now with us. And in this committee, the VYASA USA, we have all the people, secretary in Kalyandurg, and Anil also is one of the vice president, Raghuram is vice president, all that we have formed the committee, and all the centers there will be representative in this committee, sort of board of directors and members like this. So we want to build a nice network, so there will be good communication, there could be mutual help and service which goes on. So this is what we are planning for that, and we should take up many important research dimensions. for which we are known. Particularly the Texas has come out with a proper thing that they were suggesting to our Vishwarupa and Smita, so why don't we start yoga in schools? If it comes through the government side, it will be fantastic. Just like here, Karnataka government now come forward, we are starting in various states we have. In India, it's all state subject. There also it is like that. So Texas education thing has come forward and asking us. So if you have contact there, Austin becomes almost the main thing there. You can talk to the concerned people, Ministry of Education there, and if you want, they can take up. A nice proposal also was prepared, I think, and then it can be further improvised to deal with that. And if you can build even in 1 or 2 schools in Austin and also Houston and other places, it will be a big breakthrough. Then it will start coming into the government system. That's what we should do. In India, we have done it for all the primary schools. NCERT has come forward, and then we gave the syllabus. Now it is on. All the central government, Kendriya Vidyalaya, it is on. Similarly, state government, many states are adopting it. So like that, it will go on. For that, we have to have the teachers training program, YTTC. That also we can do. Now it being online, everything can be done online. And offline also, Houston, we are doing these things. Everywhere our structure is something like what we have here. In the city, we have Eknath Bhavan as our office. And this is the residential headquarters. Similarly, in different places, this is the structure we want to build. Now in Los Angeles, we have got in Sanatan Mumbai, our office. And now we are trying to get the land surrounding. Similarly, Houston, we have got the city center. And outside, our Subhash has bought about 100 acres. He said we will start it there. So like that, this is the thing. In this residential campus, we will replicate Prashanti, in a sense. And since YO has come up, as you know, Vivekananda Yoga University in Los Angeles, we are trying to develop these things throughout. The advantage is all online. A lot of people can join for the YO. We have got the bachelor, master's degree and PhD program also. We are now starting from this semester. So it can all be a coordinated effort, and therefore a networking has to be built in USA. This is what we are trying to do. And I am sure with the dynamic leadership of Anil, Surpur and many others who are there, who have been working so nicely. And Anil himself did this master's program with YO, so that he wanted to equip. He is also IT professionals, as you know, that is going on. So he will coordinate many of these things, and you all can join hands and see that it comes up. So thank you very much, and wish you all the best. So nice you could come and then be with us. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you to Dr. Nagendra for those wise words. Next, Yogashree N.V.Raghuram is the chairman and spiritual founder of Yoga Bharati and professor of yoga philosophy at VYASA. RaghuramJi is trained under some of the most renowned exponents of yoga, such as Professor Satyan Shastri, and has been practicing yoga since early childhood. He is instrumental in introducing yoga therapy in a neurological clinic in Germany and starting yoga therapy in hospitals in Italy, Turkey, and China. He has traveled to several countries in Asia, Europe, and America, giving discourses and stress reduction programming based on yoga.
Namaste. It's a wonderful news to know that Yoga Bharati and VYASA USA is starting the new center at Austin with all these ideas of yoga connected with our culture, spirituality. There's a unique opportunity and unique organizations where that yoga is taken up for both in terms of taking the ancient wisdom to the modern life, and also to see that experimental way, research way that we develop all these things. For the last about 2 decades, Yoga Bharati, and also 3 decades, VYASA is working in various countries developing these ideas, and also entered into many research institutions and hospitals to give these ideas of yoga. Apart from this work in the field of hospitals and yoga therapy, but very important thing is there are a lot of people who are culturally benefited with the activities of Yoga Bharati, and now we are taking this Yoga Bharati to Austin. It's a very great moment for all of us in the field of Yoga Bharati, because essentially Yoga Bharati is a platform where we would like to see that it provides an opportunity for any school of yoga which is genuine, taking towards spiritual journey, has an opportunity to present, to coordinate, to collaborate, to see that in this journey. That's why in Yoga Bharati we have this idea of what is called as the idea of nourishing, sahano bhunaktu. Let's all nourish, let's make this journey possible in such a way that we will create a proper culturally, spiritually oriented society wherever that we are. So particularly in Austin, which is also one of the very important centers of education knowledge and a peaceful place in USA, it really deserves an organization like Yoga Bharati and VYASA to see that we promote not just only absence of sickness, but to see that we help in the development of the wellness of the population. Particularly today, with the kind of technology and all that we have, a lot of people undergo a lot of stress and a lot of stress related items, and also families, because that so much of people are independently, they are active and all that, their family situation is not very tied together. This particular organization will help to see that not only the health is focused at the individual level, but we take this health, harmony and the peace at the family level and at the society level, that we try to take this forward. So everybody, my feeling is in Yoga Bharati and VYASA has an opportunity to participate and to see that they enrich and they become nourished in this particular process. So once again, I wish you all a wonderful success for this Yoga Bharati VYASA Center at Austin, Texas. Thank you so much. Namaste.
Thank you, Raghuramji, for those kind words. Next, we will hear from Dr. Nagarathna. Dr. R. Nagarathna is the Chief Yoga Therapy Consultant and Dean of the Division of Yoga and Life Sciences at VYASA. She combines her medical training along with her deep understanding of yoga in leading the health center. She leads the therapy division for asthma, diabetes, hypertension, heart disease, cancer, and other ailments. Dr. Nagarathna serves as an advisor and guide for PhD students at VYASA. We will now see the video.
Namaste. I am happy to bring greetings from Prashanti Kutiram, the headquarters in India of Vivekananda Yoga Research Foundation, which is now spread to many countries in the whole world. The International Day of Yoga has brought so much awareness to the world at large that I am sure the whole of the community of friends in Austin are looking forward to this program of yoga, which is going to spread this message of yoga to the whole of the community in Austin. On this occasion of the inauguration of the Yoga Bharati VYASA Austin chapter, I am very happy to know that you're all joining hands to make this happen. I having been in this field of yoga therapy for several years, know how important it is to use yoga as a lifestyle management program to prevent many of these diseases which we are going through, and as we have seen how important lifestyle change with proper diet, regular habits and mind management techniques, and post-pandemic area we are all going through this enormous stress, and I am happy that team at Austin is starting this center. Wish you all the best. I bring again all the best wishes and blessings for the success of this program, in which all of you will be happily engaging to bring more towards our vision of a happy, healthy, harmonious, blissful family. Thank you. Namaste.
Thank you for that wonderful message. Lastly, we will move on to Satyan Kalyandurg. He is the Secretary of VYASA USA. He is an accomplished engineering professional with extensive experiences in engineering, technology, and consulting with world-renowned corporations, financial institutions, government, and joint ventures in both domestic and global environments. He lives in Dallas. We will now see his video.
Namaste, this is Satyan Kalyandurg. I'm the Secretary of VYASA USA, an organization envisioned by Dr. Nagendra, who is the Chancellor of SVYASA University, as well as Vivekananda Yoga University based in Bangalore. The main objective of this organization is to promote yoga education, yoga therapy, and yoga research. And we would like to conduct seminars and workshops and anything related to yoga education for the benefit of our communities. At this time, we are working with the UTU Southwestern Medical Center on South Asian Heart Program, which is very unique, and many people are being sought to take this opportunity. At this time, I would like to thank and congratulate Shailesh Basani who has taken the initiative to start our efforts in yoga therapy, yoga education, conducting classes, conducting retreats, and teachers training, stress management, and also anything related to yoga applications, especially perhaps more on yoga therapy, because he's an expert in that area. And I also would like to thank all of you who have come to participate in this effort to listen to the offer made by our yoga organization, as well as by our Shailesh Basani. Please give your input, and your suggestions are most welcome, and we will have more dynamic discussions, as well as we will be conducting many more programs in this area. Thank you. Again, my best wishes to all of you, as well as congratulations and thanks to Basani. Thank you. This is Satyan.
Thank you very much, Guruji, RaghuramJi, Dr. Nagarathna, and Satyanji for your blessings and guidance. Now, I would like to invite Anilji and Ashwini to the stage to go over VYASA and Yoga Bharati introduction. Please, Anilji and Ashwini on the dais.
Okay, namaste. Welcome all of you to this wonderful program of inauguration of Austin chapter. We got our blessings and greetings from our yoga gurus back from India, from our parent organization. Are you able to hear me? This okay? Okay. So it is a great two organizations, VYASA, with 50 plus years of yoga education, yoga research, bring the health, application of yoga to health, and then building a world-class yoga university, very unique university in India, which is called a VYASA. And we are, that's being our backbone, and in US, Yoga Bharati has started as an institution, as a daughter organization of VYASA here in US, as Yoga Bharati, and it has grown in the last 22 years, and I would like to make a small presentation here, and also how this whole Yoga Bharati and VYASA movement moving forward is going to spread like a wildfire in the US. Again, I welcome all our guests, Srini ji and Vinod ji and Ashwini ji, and of course Shailesh ji for being here, and all of you for being part of this event. Thank you, and I will just take a few moments to just use some presentation. Next slide, please. Again, I don't have to go through, again, at the beginning of the introduction, to mention that it's a Yoga Bharati's 5-1 organization, and of course vision, maybe bring nourish all with health, happiness, and through holistic yoga. And again, I'll not read the mission because it's already on the website and other things. So 3 main areas where we are serving, and here even Austin we are going to serve is, yeah, can you dim the light a little bit? The house lights. Thank you. Offering the affordable yoga classes and workshops to support a healthy lifestyle, which is very much essential with all the things going on with mental issues and mental health. Offering training courses backed by evidence, that's very important, evidence-based yoga techniques to enable transformation of the self and the society. It's all evidence and research-based yoga practice, and still we're maintaining the purity and pristine and holistic approach of yoga. And then promoting yoga and its benefits through the community engagement. Okay, so these are the main part of the mission. Next slide, please. So whatever we have accomplished last 20 plus years, we did conduct 26 batches of, previous slide please, 26 batches of yoga teachers training, close to 1,000 teachers trained, and 100 teenagers, because youth yoga teachers training is also part of our event, and Karthik, who has been anchoring this program, he's also going through that program. And we have right now a batch of yoga teachers training going on, and I think two people from here, they are part of the course, Tamara, and who else? Anantji, they are undergoing training. So already we see already there is movement of all the resources and teachers who are required to lead the classes here. And yoga therapy is another big part of our education, and we have completed 7 batches of yoga teachers training. This is out of that 20 are CIYT. CIYT is our yoga accreditation with International Association of Yoga Therapists, our nation. And we have about 30 people, students who are undergoing the program, graduation program. And Yoga Bharati has served close to 5,000 wellness clients who are attended various programs, and over 1,000 therapy clients just in Bay Area. And then this continue to grow in other part of the US. Next slide, please. So what we accomplished in 2 years of COVID time, a lot of institutions, organizations, they had a very difficult time going through the COVID, but I would say it has become a blessing for Yoga Bharati. How? Because quickly we could move all our classes online, and that completely broke the boundaries, physical boundaries of Yoga Bharati being a Bay Area-centric organization. So now we have teachers and participants from all over US, Caribbean island, south all the way to Mexico and Canada, East Coast, West Coast, America. So basically we can become a national institution within a couple of years. And as soon as the COVID hit, we launched a program called as a short yoga module for the healthcare workers, because that very much required. because they're going through all this COVID, treating the patients and, stressful in hospital. So we conducted about 400 healthcare workers got free yoga classes during peak COVID time, about 6 months. So we did about 30 to 40 weekly classes, short 30 minutes classes, wherever they are in their hospitals, they are in, some of them they attend the class from their cars because they couldn't go home and they're not in the hospital, they finish the duty, then from the car they attend this program, especially basically for them to de-stress and managing the stress part of their job. Then about 150 children took kids yoga classes and kids camps, and over 200 students took yoga courses during this time, and then free yoga session for seniors. We offered discounted or even free yoga course for more than 10 students during these tough times. And over 200 families did 108 Surya Namaskars in our yoga yajna and much more, and everything was online. Okay, so these 2 years was kind of really help us to kind of grow the Yoga Bharati to the next level, and everything was online. Next slide, please. Okay, what are our core? In the corporate world, we have called verticals, right? So these are areas where we, kind of 4 areas. One is yoga education, yoga teachers training, yoga foundation course, RYT 200, RYT 500, these are yoga alliance courses, then DYT, which I have accredited course. And also we offered some short courses through Hindu University of America, our partner organization. And then yoga services, which is adult wellness classes, prenatal, children and youth, seniors, and yoga therapy, which are part of the yoga therapy services. Yoga outreach, collaborating with other community organizations, offering our community services, Sevathon, free yoga classes, yoga yajna, webinars, workshops, health fair, participating health fairs, offering satsangs. These are part of the outreach program. And then collaboration, these are list of organizations who have been collaborating with various programs. Hindu University of America and the Hindu University based in Florida, YU University, Vivekananda Yoga University, first yoga university outside India. So Guruji mentioned that about YU, and I had the privilege to graduate from my master's in yoga science from YU University. So this university in LA, and this under university where is offering master's program, and also they are now starting PhD in yoga and yoga sciences. And Sambodha Society under very spiritual organization, and we'll get to hear Swami Bodhan's in future, and the institution we work with. Seva International, you might have heard, one of the biggest a Hindu faith-based volunteer organization in US, and there is a big chapter in Houston, and we are partnered with them, offering a Stop Diabetes Movement program with them. And Hindu Swayam Sevak, because the under charity organization, Center for Spiritual Enlightenment. This is a Swami Paramasyogananda's lineage-based organization. We did some partnership with them for offering yoga teachers training, and of course Shivananda Yoga institutions, which is all of you well known Shivananda Yoga tradition. Next slide, please. So again, these are offerings, yoga for wellness, yoga therapy services, community engagement, research is under one. So Guruji mentioned we have just taken up a pilot project for the effect of yoga on children with ADHD, and we are concluding programs. Soon we'll be publishing the report. And yoga education, I already mentioned yoga therapy education, and short course on offered through HUA. Okay, next slide, please. Of course, I went to already all those things, so yoga education. Next slide, please. These are affiliations. Again, I briefly explained in previous slide. Next slide, please. Yoga therapy under big part of our offering. We are over 15 years of yoga therapy offering through our yoga therapy education, application of their therapy to some of the ailments. Over 200 to 2,000 yoga therapy participants got the service from us, and from all the age group, from as young as 6 years old child to over 85 years old. So we could provide some therapy service for various ailments, and chronic ailments ranging from back pain to cancer. It's all everything through holistic solution, and not only that, for any ailment. Next slide, please. So yoga research, I briefly mentioned. The main thing was the project I mentioned, and Guruji also mentioned. That's we are concluding that research. And then we also did a effect of MSRT. MSRT is a mind sound resonance technique. It's a relaxation technique developed by VYASA. We did conduct that program on youth, effect of MSRT on youth, and also adults. This was a pilot study we did in collaboration with University of Santa Barbara, VYASA Research Center in India, and Yoga Bharati. And then we did a small project, the effect of yoga on children, how to see whether there is any improvement in vision. And that report is there on the Yoga Bharati website. We can check it up. Okay, next slide, please. So again, some of the things I already went through. What are things we did in the last 2 decades? Various community engagements, community temples, free corporate stress management workshop, and also we are offering a yoga for drug rehabilitation center. This is part of their drug rehab program, and they see the benefit of yoga for the residents who would come for rehabilitation. That's one of the very program. And also blind center. These are youth. All the in the blind center they are physically challenged, and we kind of offer them yoga classes just by instruction they follow and practice yoga. And of course, we offered a low-income discount for yoga teachers training, free yoga to support cancer patients during their chemo and after chemo. And next slide, please. Some of the projects.
So with that, what Anilji pretty much covered most of it. So we are now in the education fields and various projects. You all know this too. That is, we are here to support any and every education effort that is done by VYASA, VAYU, Hindu University of America, and various other universities that require us. Like now, Silicon Andhra is approaching us in the Bay Area. So our projects, they go on year-round. So the next batch for enrollment of yoga teacher training is in January. This is going to be another online, but we are now slowly moving towards a blended model. That is going to be, the way it's going to be structured is that there are a few weekends where we are also going to meet in the center in the Bay Area, because people are slowly, some of them are approaching us for in-person. So then at the same time, we don't want to combine an in-person and an online session. So it's not the same teacher teaching in-person and online. So we have enough teachers online, like I can see some of you here, who can take up the online session as well. So we invite the teachers from throughout the US, all the Yoga Bharati VYASA trained teachers. We slowly bring them onto our style of, even though it's a same style, we still have some some little cross-pollination to happen. And we invite all of you. I see about, I think, 6 or 7 of you already here, your VYASA Yoga Bharati trained teachers or students who are just going to graduate soon. So all of you can be part of this and be in that online setup, right? Basically, there is no boundaries. Last weekend, when Reshma, our admin officer, was asking, okay, next weekend we have Swamiji's program, so all the teachers are busy. So I need 2 subs in for my online classes. What shall I do, Ashwini? I said, no, Bay Area, all teachers are going to be very busy with Swami Bodhananda program. So what about Austin chapter? There are 3-4 teachers in Austin chapter. There are a couple of teachers in Dallas chapters. Why don't you ask them? And she goes, oh yeah, I forgot about that. Let me do that. You see how this whole set of effort that is going on with all these projects, many of them are both online and in person. At least part of it is always online. DYT, for example, for good diploma in yoga therapy is going to stay online for 200 hours of training. IYT, International Association of Yoga Therapists, is an accredited body which allows 200 hours of online training, 300 hours of distance education, and rest of these hours, that is 300 hours, as the in-person session. So that means we need each of these chapters running very well nicely so that those in-person hours can be given to those students, and there is then online where we all get to collaborate and work together to bring the highest quality education. And when all of us in various chapters join hands, number one, it won't be a monotonous education system. Each one of us brings something new to this, to the education, because although we have set the curriculum, we have set the teacher, I mean the amount of templates we have built to make sure that the quality is high is already there. But creativity can very well be there, right? When different personalities join hands and add value to it. So that is where we invite all of you to contribute, our teachers here, and of course those who are interested in joining our courses, joining the force. What we see here actually is every single person on this earth should take a teacher training program. This is not a teacher training to teach somebody else. This is a teacher training to teach ourselves. Like how we just to drive one car, the government says you need to have license. Here, we drive life, and we have children and we drive them, their life. And where is the license for that? To me, as far as we are concerned, this yoga teacher training should be made compulsory for everybody. I mean, not necessary teacher training. Teacher training is a misnomer there. So what, in fact, just to give you an idea, this statement is not coming from me. There is one person in Trinidad. We have a good big chapter in Trinidad as well, Seva International Trinidad folks. They promoted this heavily, and one person who was actually suffering from a lot of mental health problems took this teacher training. The kind of health problems, mental health problems that person suffered was so immense that even I was not sure what's going to happen, right? But after this training finished, I actually personally, myself and my son, the same way Karthik is now doing youth teacher training, our son also has completed teacher training. Together we went there. Of course, he was bigger than Karthik at that time. So we went and taught the teacher training there, and this person, at the end of the training, said every single person should take teacher training. He not only got well, he got married, and he is now well settled. And he said that. So you can see how it changes life. And not only him, but his to-be wife also took the training, and the relationship got ironed out, everything got ironed out, and they are happily married now. So the point of what I'm saying here is that don't think, oh, there are too many yoga studios everywhere. There is, yoga studio in every corner. What am I going to do after becoming a teacher? There is no such thing. Every single person will have a job, and that job, you may get fired from your job, or you may get laid off with all this recession and all. But this particular job, which may not give you a lot of money, but it will also never, there is never a job insecurity there. You always have people who are in distress, whom you can help, starting with your own family. That is the most important. Can we go to the next slide, please? I'm not really covering the projects as such. So then comes this various reach out, we have these programs where we have community reach out programs, right? Like Yoga Yajna, for example. These little programs that we do, they build so much energy within ourselves and our family that this becomes 21 days. 21 days of Yoga Yajna, where everybody in the family, logs their count, does their practice, and then reports that. When you take up this practice for yourself and a few other neighbors of yours, that itself, whether you don't have to be teachers for this, just sign up and raise little funds. Choose a charity of your own. It doesn't have to be Yoga Bharati or VYASA. It can be some local, animal. We used to support Preeti Rang, which is an animal sanctuary. So things like that, and taking children there and having a little field trip at the end of it, doing that 108 Surya Namaskars on the 21st day is just an amazing experience. So this whole yoga, this entire organization of VYASA is more like a vast extended family in a very positive way. Each one supports the other and each one, even including recipe sharing. Everything is positive, everything is health oriented, everything is peace oriented, and these programs that we do promote our own health and the community's health. So that is what International Day of Yoga brings. And also we have these different types of yoga protocol that we have developed. Yoga for diabetes, prevention, yoga for stress, and various such things. And we keep launching these little projects. Every quarter there will be some yoga for anxiety, and these little things that you take part in or bring your family and friends to, yoga for stress, for example. There is nobody who can say, I don't have stress, right? Always pretty much that one. And sleep. When we say sleep, we are not saying people with sleep issues. You can always improve the quality of sleep, and so much so that our yogis slept for 3 hours and they got 9 hours of sleep. So that is the idea here. And also Yoga Sangam. Next weekend, Anil just mentioned Swami Buddhananda. He's one of those Vedanta gurus, very highly learned and yet down to earth, and we have, after so many different, trying out various different gurus, we have picked those who just bring no additional, it's not like celebrity and various such things, but very, very pristine, pure, but at the same time, in someone who is not hungry for, popularity and stuff like that. So we have nothing, no offense against anybody. All of them are doing a great work. We have picked a few. And so next weekend is Yoga Sangam and his programs, where we picked Yoga Sutras, Bhagavad Gita, and then comparative study of Vedanta and different darshanas, all online as well as in person. So the point, if you all would like to take part in that, so these programs are year-round and they're available throughout, and it is one train in which you sit down and you get the, you don't have to look for, okay, which book should I read here today and what should I do. That it's a wild forest. Spirituality is a wild forest. Here we provide that little path which will take you in a most rational manner. I don't like to use the word scientific because science and yoga, it's a very, to some extent confusing. So rationally explained techniques, rationally explained philosophy, rationally explained concepts. That will make more sense to the modern mind, right? Not necessarily empirically proved. Everything may not be empirically proved, but it is rational enough for you to understand, to like, and to be convinced, so that you don't necessarily have to say, I have to believe in this, and that modern mind doesn't accept that. But rationally, when it is explained, you will understand that. Our gurus do that, our experts do that, we do that in our teacher training programs, in our diploma programs. So do join this coming weekend, and it's a whole day retreat style program. We say, put the video on, just listen to it and nothing else. It's like meditation program. So that is another thing we would like to involve. Sorry, the dates are still 2021 and all. We have 2022 program coming up. And then, of course, Austin and Dallas. Just next slide, please. I'll just gloss over the rest. My time is, I'm sure, up. Anything else? That's the last slide. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep reading. So Trinidad and Tobago, and now we got a teacher training request from Ecuador. We give 50% discount for all the Caribbean islands, teacher training programs in Caribbean islands and South America and countries like that. Okay? And these are the organizations. Keep going. I think they're all repetition of. So keep going. That is the VYASA in India for you, various divisions. And if you're interested at any point in giving visit to India, you should check with us. We'll be able to arrange nice retreat trip for you. Thank you. One last slide. Huh? Yeah, these are all divisions. If you would like to take, say, PhD and other programs, you can do that in various divisions. Yeah. Keep going. That's it. Our strength is you. So you can very well be part of this effort. Please be part of this effort. And Yoga Bharati, it might look like, wow, that's a big chapter, we cannot be there. No. Just a few years ago, Shailesh is here who will tell you that we were really small, not anything as big. But the growth, you'll be surprised how much can be done. We have seven teachers here. How many? 7 teachers. That's a huge strength to begin with, if you ask me. Okay, so you'll be, you can grow very fast, and each of us taking one small thing. Like if you say, I'm going to take Yoga Yajna project here in the Bay Area. I'm going to do this little teacher training program only once a year. Like I'll do 6 weekends I'm willing to give. So each one of you, give one little thing, stick to it, do it year after year after year. The amount of growth you will have, you'll be surprised how many of these family problems, this problem, that problem means nothing for you. You know, all of those, life always gives you lemons, but Yoga Bharati becomes honey, and together you will have a lemonade if you stick to it. Thank you.
Thank you, Anil ji and Ashwini ji, for inspiring words, especially Ashwini ji. I am very inspired to see the outreach of VYASA, and because it's very novel to me. Growing up in Bengaluru, I knew about Vivekananda Kendra, but to know about the outreach here in the United States and other places around the world, and also to see how it inspires more for a positive journey for within every human being. Thank you for those inspiring words. I think I truly feel inspired to connect with you and to work with you and Anilji. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Now I would like to invite Srini Gurrapu ji, founder of the 10YEC, to come up on the dais and say a few words. Please, sir.
Namaskaram everyone. In the spirit of celebrating Yoga Bharati and VYASA, let me start with singing one of Vivekananda's famous verse. Shrinvantu visve amritasya putraha ayadhamani divyani tastu vedahametam purusham mahantam Aditya Varnam Tamasa Parastat Tameva Viditva Atimrutyumeti Nanya Pantaha Vidyate Ayanaya. What it means is, when I first heard this, it first says, makes the boldest claim, which is the truth. We're all nothing but the children of infinite. We're all the children of infinite. However, when we look at our life, when you are looking at the school and the world, we're caught up in stress, and that makes us feel small, dukkha. But the real identity is we are nothing but the infinite. What it actually says is that the path of yoga helps us realize the infinite in everything that we do, in all situations, at home, at work, in the schools. About myself, I'm Srini Gurrapu, the founder of a technology startup. But most importantly, what a greatest joy to be here with my family, Shailesh, Karthik, Supriya, Kavya, them starting the Yoga Bharati, an organization that I've been with for more than a decade. They're starting a chapter in Austin. Why is this so special? I moved to Austin in 2008. And that's when Shailesh asked me, why are you moving to Austin from the Bay Area? I came here to go work for Austin Ventures. I don't know people that have been here in Austin for a long time. There are 2 people that many of you probably know, Venu Shamapant and Krishna Srinivasan, who are now the VCs at Live Oak. They brought me from the Bay Area when they were at Austin Ventures. I came here to start some companies. But yoga was, something that was in the background. My real yoga journey started in Austin. And then we've been wanting to start Yoga Bharati here with RaghuramJi and for so many things, but the real dude had to arrive. Then I had to leave Austin to go back to the Bay Area, and now I'm actually in Dallas, and then the real dude arrives with the family, and that is Shailesh. And what a great thing to see, my best friend, Karthik, including, be here on the stage and with such a poise and inviting all of you. And this is one of the greatest blessings. Let me share a little bit of my experience with yoga. Before I started in the yoga journey, I was known as an entrepreneur. In fact, both my kids went to Westlake High. My older one went to Stanford. She worked for Facebook for some time. Now she's at Columbia Med. And then the second one is at Penn State. But before I started on this yoga journey, I always measured my life in terms of the success or accomplishments that I did. I did not know how to handle failure in life. And that took me on a path where I became so small. I was running around the hospitals. And then the pivot happened as the yoga. And once this journey of the yoga started for the past 13 years, it's not just about the physical practice, but understanding the essence of Sanatana Dharma, that we are nothing but the child of infinite. The only way to live life is to lead a life of exuberance. The journey is the joy. And with that, now I'm able to do more things more effectively. As an entrepreneur, I was a vice president at one of the divisions at Apple. And there is no fear. There is no limit. In fact, I renamed my company as Bhuma. Bhuma means limitless, fearless, vast. That's what we are. But why are we being so drifted away from that realization to pursue everything in a limitless and fearless way? There are three things. Number one, the human mind is becoming more and more weak. Human mind is the weakest link. And so many distractions and the technology and the social media and so on and so forth, that's making us feel so smaller. The yoga is the science and it's a methodology, it's a way of life in a systemic way to realize the power of the mind. And this is what we know as the power of samyama. And I was introduced to this power of samyama, both from a theoretical thing, but also from a more practice level. And this is the power of focused and harmonious mind. Sometimes, wherever in all my pictures, you will see this. Otherwise, our mind is caught up in monkey, donkey, and butterfly. That means sometimes sorrow or lethargy, or caught up in negative emotion, or some moments of brilliance. But again, you come back to one of the monkey and the donkey mind. So yoga is a method, a way of life that allows you to pursue samyama, pursue excellence, everything that you do, in a holistic way, with yama and niyama principles. Yama is how we conduct well with others. Niyama is how well you conduct yourself to be able to be joyful, yet pursue entrepreneurial thing. That's the first insight. And the second is that today, if you look at the world, there are so many unfair status quos and inequalities. And Supriya, when she sang the opening prayer, asatoma sadgamaya, asat is inefficiency, inequality, whether within our body or all around. And in fact, there is more divisiveness that's happening. We truly believe that a yogi with the right entrepreneurial mindset, they can actually challenge this unfair status quo, and they could design excellence in the world. Yoga is about cultivating that entrepreneurial mindset to be able to see beyond themselves. And the third one, which is what Ashwini ji and Anil ji said, yoga is about integration. There are so many schools, yet how can we integrate all this essence to cultivate that excellence and entrepreneurial mindset? So with these three insights that came into my own experiential reality, that changed me from somebody feeling so small, always measured my happiness in terms of external validations, to now somebody where I am anchored in joy, always pursuing excellence, and I see myself in others' joy. I see as oneness. And yoga transformed me. And this journey is continuous. And to be associated with Yoga Bharati, VYASA, and with that inspiration, now I started my own small non-profit called the 10YEC, Youth Excellence Center. Youth is the mindset. It's nothing to do with the age. Particularly, our kids, our youth are even more challenged with the technology evolution, with the amount of stresses. To get into a Stanford, how many AB courses people are taking? And in the process, they're losing themselves. So this integrating yogic way of life will allow everybody to pursue whatever they want and to be the entrepreneurs, to challenge the unfair status quos, and in a much more joyful way. And that is the world that is ahead of us, and that's what yoga allows us to do, to now see the real dude Shailesh and the family come here to now bring excellence in the world. I'm so delighted, and in fact, I'm not far away. I'm in Dallas, and I come to Austin all the time, and I hope to participate in many classes and the programs. But together, we are responsible to create this mindset in all our youth, and we can design the excellence in the world. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Srini ji. That was very inspiring to listen to the impact of yogic techniques and especially your connection with VYASA and your transformational journey as a human. Appreciated, sir. Thank you. Now I would like to invite on stage Shailesh ji to come and share a few words and let us know more about VYASA and the Austin chapter. Thank you, sir.
Namaste everybody. My heart is really filled with joy listening to all the gurus, listening to all the chief guests this evening. Again, Ashwini ji mentioned about 7 teachers are here approximately, right? And last year when I came, it was 1, right? And it's all serendipities, right? How I ran into so many of them. You will see all of them in a few minutes. And even in 2009 when I took my teacher training in Bay Area, it was a serendipity. I just ran into Yoga Bharati accidentally, right? And then talking about Srini ji, he was in Austin, I was in Bay Area, and then talking about it, and now we kind of swapped for some time. I moved to Austin and he was in Bay Area, and then now he is back in Texas. So a lot of interesting things have to happen, how you end up in a particular place, and listening to all the stories today, listening to the journey of all of the folks who are part of our life. Because even when we were moving to Austin last year, many people will ask a question, I'm going to go get a big house, right? We never even had that as a reason, right? Of course, family was the first reason. Second reason was, obviously, work was giving an option to work remotely. And third reason was, my son was going to high school. Fourth reason I always told was, we have been in the Bay Area for 23 years now. Can we go and spread the word of yoga and do something else somewhere else in this world? And Supriya was so supportive of all of that, right? Because moving off from Bay Area after 23 years is a big deal, right? And some of you are here, even including Aparna ji also moved from Bay Area. I learned it later. So it's so amazing to see how all this destiny takes us to different places. Can you please go to the slide, please? So just wanted to say namaste to all of you, Austin. And when we think of Austin, especially when we were thinking of moving last year, it was not in our radar, right? We were thinking of other parts of Texas because of family reasons and stuff. But again, like I said, we ended up here, and the city and community embraced us so much with love. It is so amazing, right? And the first day I taught my in-person class in Steiner Ranch was so amazing, because who would have thought, right, I end up in a place like Austin and Steiner Ranch, and then after COVID, this is where I'm going to teach my first class after 2 to 3 years. Right? And because this city sometimes is hidden behind other big cities like Dallas, Houston, and San Antonio, we don't realize some things, but I learned so many things, right? It's the second largest capital in US, right? I didn't know that. And of course, it is almost as big as San Jose, just I think only, maybe 30 or 40,000 difference in population, right? Both are more than 1 million population, and this 11th largest city in the US, and many of you know that. And of course, the picture on the bottom, you can see that, journey from San Jose to Austin, right? How we ended up here, not only personally, but also from a chapter perspective, where we started in San Jose a few years back, and we are here. And other side, you can see some of the things why we are famous here in terms of Formula One and Tesla and the live music capital of the world. Just I wanted to just share some things that we have to remind others that yes, we live in a really vibrant city with so many things going on, even though sometimes it's hidden behind some other bigger cities in Texas. Yeah. Next slide, please. I just wanted to share this vision and mission. I know Ashwini ji and Anil ji have talked about it. Again, our mission is basically to spread this message of yoga in an authentic manner, in a holistic manner. Again, catering to all facets of life, all facets of human endeavor. If you think of physical, mental, social, emotional, spiritual levels, all different facets, that's the most important thing. And I'm repeating this, and as all of you can see, this is the backdrop is Austin, one of the most famous pictures of Austin, that we're trying to spread this message in Austin, in Greater Austin, again with support from all of you, and that's the most important thing that I'm looking for. Yeah. Next slide, please. So, as I mentioned, when I came in last year, we pretty much knew 0 people, but to have an amazing team within 1 year is so gratifying for me. When we started talk about this chapter and started talk about some of the aspects that I'm thinking of doing it here, some people were so passionate and jumped and helped so much, and that's why I have this amazing team here. So I will definitely invite all of them onto the stage, please. Maybe I'll call one after another in a few seconds. But can you go to the next slide, please? Just a couple of slides. Just a very, very brief introduction about myself. I don't think you have seen some of this. So again, my family here, little family. Of course, my son was complaining yesterday, when are you going to update these pictures? Because you have seen how tall he is now. He's much taller than that. Yeah, some of the pictures from California. And next slide, please. And my extended family, as you can see here, I'm very passionate about teaching children because they are the future ambassadors, and by teaching children at least some of these lessons, they inculcate these very early on in their life, these principles. But more importantly, so many of these children have gone and taken teacher training and starting to take the message around the world. And I'm also very passionate about, like I said, spreading yoga in rural parts of India, especially these bottom 2 pictures, as you can see, they are pictures from some of the classes that we have taught. And the bottom parts, again, our family as a foundation. My brother is here, who is the person who has actually taken so much lead in forming the foundation and find so many amazing projects. Can you please stand up, please? Yeah, he is instrumental in creating so many projects in yoga. And my sister is there. So they both actually are part of the family foundation, and then a lot of yoga projects we do in India, they support a lot. And that's definitely a passion, because again, we have seen so many wonderful results of these kids able to come to school regularly because they're healthy now, right? And they're able to focus and do well, right? Because if you don't solve the fundamental problem of their health, then a lot of things will fall out of place. Yeah, can you please settle down and take a seat, please? Yeah, Venkat Gaur, if you have come, please, thank you very much. Yeah, feel free to settle down, please. Yeah. Next slide, please. Yeah, just to, in brief bio, I don't want to go through this. Like I mentioned, I've been practicing for a very long time, teaching for almost 13, 15 years. And again, I'm passionate about teaching children, passionate about Patanjali Yoga Sutras. That's how actually, when I came in last year, Austin Telugu Association advertised some of the workshops in Austin, and a lot of people joined the class. And that's how we set one foot here and slowly started to expand the community. So Patanjali Yoga Sutras, yoga therapy, and teaching children are definitely one of the passionate, some of the passionate areas for me. And you can see the other things. My family is here, and of course we relocated from Bay Area last year. Okay, next slide, please. I'd like to introduce my team now. Giribabu Bikki. Can you please come onto the stage, please? So again, Giribabu has done yoga teacher training in 2018, and he's very fascinated about the science of chakras and mudras, and he works at VMware, and he was in Bay Area and relocated in 14 years. After 14 years in Bay Area, he relocated very recently. Babu, come. And he is the director of education, so definitely I'm looking forward to his help. Like Ashwini talked about, thousands of teachers trained, and Anil talked about in the Bay Area. We definitely are taking some small steps, and Girigaru will lead the effort of yoga teacher training in Austin area. Okay. Next slide, please. Okay, Ravi Kurupati Garu, his director of events and community classes. Ravi Garu. Yes. So Ravi ji has been a yoga practitioner for 15 years and has taken official yoga courses at VYASA, and is very passionate about the power of yoga to transform people's lives and human society in general. And he works at AWS as a lead in the identity division, and he's been living in Austin for a long time with his wife and his son Pranav. And you can see many of them have been practitioners for a long time, and some of them have background in SVYASA or Yoga Bharati. So it's amazing to see, and Ravi Garu will lead some of the activities around events and community classes, which is one of the important things, because that's the way we actually initially have the outreach in the community. Okay, next slide please. Okay, Lavanya Reddy Garu. Okay. So she's a director of finance and marketing. So again, Lavanya Garu again, is a practitioner of yoga, and she has been very regular to some of the classes that we were conducting in Steiner Ranch. She enjoys reading books and cooking, but very importantly, she has been in Austin for more than 20 years. And again, it's not an understatement when I said almost any help I reached for outreach, she had an answer. Okay? Because she has been here, she knew everybody in the temple, she knew people in Steiner Ranch or Chinmay Mission. She is the one who introduced me to Aparna ji for MC. So everything she had an answer, and then she has been definitely a rock for the organization already, right at the beginning itself. And of course, as you can see, all of them are working full time, and she is working at Health and Human Services for Texas State, and volunteers for many other non-profits also along with this. And that's the passion that she shares to help us out. Thank you very much. Yeah. Okay. Next slide, please. Okay, Kiran Garu, Director of Technology and Administration. Again, Kiran Garu has been practicing yoga and meditation for last several years, and again, along with physical benefits, definitely he believes it helps him maintain his inner balance and calm during the day. And he has his master's from University of Massachusetts, Lowell, and he relocated a couple of years back to Austin. And again, he has been very, very helpful in the technology area, and definitely trying to use a Yoga Bharati platform to start building Austin websites and Facebook platforms and things like that. Everything Kiran Garu has been helping. Okay, thank you very much. And yeah, please, yeah. Okay, next slide. Okay, Shanmugan Kundapalli Garu. Yeah, just come on. Also known as Surya Garu. So Director of Technology and Administration also. And Surya Garu again has done a lot of things in technology. He is an entrepreneur and digital transformation leader with 22 plus years of experience in the IT and technology industry. You can read a lot of other things he has done, and how I got connected with him. Everybody, I have a story how I got connected with them. But when I started teaching this Yoga Sutras workshop in Austin, he saw that flyer, and then he said, okay, I'm not interested in Yoga Sutras, by the way, I'm telling you directly, but I have a YogiFi company I work for, and can you please work closely with us, and we can partner, and then we can take this YogiFi, the smart yoga mat idea to next level, and how can we spread that message to the Austin community, and he has been very, very passionate in helping out in many different areas. And we have titles here, but people have been already helping in so many different areas, and Shanmugan has been one of the persons who has been up so many nights with me in the last 1 week preparing the slides, preparing the Costco list, and so many things that he has been doing. But thank you, Andy. Yeah, very much appreciate it. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, Tamara Kondapiji, Director of Fundraising. Tamara ji. Yeah. So again, like I said, a lot of wonderful stories have I met people. One fine day, I get a message from somebody not in my contacts. Oh, can I talk to you? And many times you don't even respond, right? But somehow she message was about yoga, so I talked to her, and then she was deleting all her yoga messages that she's been getting, and luckily she saw Yoga Bharati's teacher training program, right, somewhere there. And then she talked to me, and then here she is, she's doing yoga teacher training, and she is, has a lot of good things to say about it. So, and again, she is very passionate about learning yoga in a holistic manner, in the authentic manner, learning pranayama, meditation techniques, and all of those things. And that's what she is doing at this point. And she has volunteered for other organizations also, non-profit organizations. And again, a lot of connections, right? And she said, my husband is from Hyderabad, but she doesn't do puja, she doesn't do yoga, but look at, I am interested, I'm trying to change him to some extent, right? So, but thank you very much, always being a pillar for the organization like everybody else, yeah. Okay, next slide please. Okay, Sri Tyagarajanji, yeah, Sri Devi ji, know where she is. So this is too blinding, a little bit I cannot see her. Maybe she was taking care of the food. Oh, she left to pick up her son. Okay. So Sri Devi ji also moved from Bay Area a few years back, and she was a Yoga Bharati trained teacher. She was one of the classes I was teaching in 2013 or so. Again, like you can see, she has a full-time job and she volunteers in a few other organizations, and definitely she wants to help a lot in the yoga teacher training education area. So she should be back, I think, after picking up her son in a few minutes, yeah. Okay. Next slide, please. Yeah. Okay. So again, we are inaugurating the chapter. I think a lot of people had questions on what next in terms of what are we going to offer here. So some of this is still work in progress because we are talking to a lot of organizations, because we today do not yet have a particular place, a center yet, right? We're going to work on that, but these are some of the things we are planning to offer in first half of 2023. Some free public classes, kids workshop, an annual retreat based upon RaghuramJi's visit, and yoga teacher training. Anil ji, Ashwini talked about the model we'll do. It is basically, it will be online training, but some parts will be in-person training. So we'll definitely combine that, because of all these things, yoga teacher training is one of the biggest ones where you need the most bandwidth, and both from teachers and from the attendees. So definitely that we will do hybrid model. And yoga therapy classes, as more and more teachers get trained, and yesterday found somebody, Pavitra ji, maybe if you want to just stand up. So she's also an VYASA trained teacher who taught therapy in Bangalore for 7 years. I found her on social media yesterday, and then she definitely helped, told us that she can partner with us and start teaching classes here. Thank you very much, and we can partner here. And partnership with IDY, and of course bringing Patanjali Yoga Sutras workshop, Bhagavad Gita workshops, and so on. So again, one of the things, right, obviously we get some questions about, there's so many yoga schools, what are you offering in a differentiating manner, right? And Anil and Ashwini ji talked about some of those things, but definitely we wanted to bring this in an authentic manner, in a holistic manner, covering the complete spectrum, covering from our roots, like talking about Bhagavad Gita, Yoga Sutras, talking about yoga therapy aspects, and at some point of time doing research also, as we get more and more volunteers and more sound base here. So this is our high-level vision. Of course, initially first year we are going to partner with different communities, libraries, and so on to teach the classes. But in 2 to 3 years, we plan to have our own Yoga Bharati VYASA Center in Austin. That's our vision at this point of time. And in 5+ years, with everybody's support, okay, we hope to have a retreat center here. Okay, that's our vision at this point of time. With everybody's support, can we get there? Right? As you can see, the top right is the class that we teach here, one of the community centers. But our vision is go towards a full-time center and eventually towards a retreat center. Because as you can see, in Texas, like cities like Dallas, Houston, San Antonio, Austin, there's so many cities which are so close by, and there's so much vibrant yoga community. Definitely, I think something like a retreat center at some point of time will definitely thrive with all the support we can get. Okay, and last slide, please. Again, just reiterating the mission. Our objective is to provide yoga in a holistic, authentic manner, making sure we touch all aspects of physical, mental, emotional, social, and spiritual aspects. It's the most important thing, and making sure that we spread it in the entire Austin community. And of course, online will always be here to stay. We will play our part in that, but our primary objective is to expand in the Austin community. And I'm so encouraged with my team here. I mean, this is my strength, right? Without them, I cannot really do anything here. Most of the work is always done by them. That's my strength. And like I said, they are so passionate. And within the last 3 to 4 months, I think everybody came on board, and everybody has so many ideas on what we can do. It's just that next 1 year, we'll focus on creating more teachers, and then that will skyrocket itself. And Swamiji says, take up one idea, make that one idea your life, dream of it, think of it, live on that idea. And that's what the journey we're in at this point of time. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Shailesh ji, for sharing with us your yogic journey and introducing to us your dynamic team and letting us know your activities, location, and classes for spreading Yoga Bharati mission here in Austin. Appreciate it. Now I would like to welcome Venkat Indrakanti Garu to say a few words about the organization teaching Gita to hundreds of people every year around the world and around the country, and also to talk to us about today's chanting. So please, Indrakanti Garu, please.
Namaste. I'll start with a small prayer, quick. Shri Ganeshaya Namaha, Shri Saraswatyai Namaha, Shri Padavallabha Narasimha Saraswati, Shri Guru Dattatreya Namaha, Dattatreya Samarambham Nrasimhadika Madhyamam Satchidananda Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Ganapadi Gurumekam Satchidananda Rupam Vibudhanivaha Sevyam Yoga Margadhirudham Sharanamupagatanam Sanghadri Vajram Mama Hridaya Nivasam Bhakti Namro Namami Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om. Welcome to all. I'm very happy to see so many Austinites here with a deep interest in the yoga, meditation, Patanjali Yoga Sutras, and all the aspects of the thoughts process from the VYASA initiatives opening up here in Austin. So here I am representing Austin Hindu Temple and Sri Ganapati Satchidananda Swami's mission of spreading the Gita message all over the world, the SGS Gita Foundation organization. So where we had thousands of people all over the world memorized Gita. Bhagavad Gita is not just a spiritual or a religious text. As you all know, Bhagavad Gita is a life transformation manual for the whole human mankind. So that Bhagavad Gita memorization, I would like to give a small history behind this particular program where the kids are going to chant here for just a few minutes. Here we are going to see a small chanting where the children will be chanting the one small portion of Bhagavad Gita. So Bhagavad Gita consists of 700 shlokas. That is a conversation between Lord Krishna and Arjuna in the battlefield. So that's what we all know, but it is a personality development kind of manual, and through this, the program was initiated by Pujya Shri Sri Ganapati Sachidananda Swamiji in Karasiddhi Hanuman Temple in Dallas. In 2016, when he was here, he saw a few people chanting Gita, few shlokas, and then he has checked up, asked some of the volunteers to see if we can have few students memorize the whole Gita by next 1 year. So he wanted to have at least few 18 students or so. Then Srikant Garu, who is from New Jersey, he has dedicated his whole time and collected few students and had 43 students memorize the whole entire Bhagavad Gita, which consists of 700 verses. So when you chant all of them together, it will take 3 hours. So imagine making just one person sit for 10 minutes itself, it is very difficult. So with the great sankalpa of Pujya Shri Sri Swamiji, he was able to have 43 students from all over the country memorize the whole Bhagavad Gita, and then did a Mahayagna in front of Pujya Shri Swamiji in Dallas. So since then, there were multiple batches of students memorizing Gita all over the world. Right now, this Gita program is there in 40 countries, where there was over 2,000 plus participants chanted in the month of August. It was a Guinness World Record that happened on August 13th in Dallas, where 2,000 plus chanters did at one place in a stadium where the Gita chanting has happened. So it was recorded in the Guinness World Record for the longest chanting ever in the history. So that was one, and so as part of that, we have over 250 plus students from Austin who participated in that. They were there in that Sahasragala. It was a Sahasragala Gita Parayana Mahayagna. So we have few of the students here who represented there, and then they will be chanting us. Chanting one chapter, we'll see 15th chapter, which is a very small one, where we can get a glimpse of how that chanting will be. And then, of course, we will not really go into details of the Gita, as there will be more and more programs that will be as part of the Yoga Bharati. Whatever we are learning, like yoga is not just physical, right? So physical yoga is yoga karma sukhaushalam, yoga chitta vritti nirodha. You will see lot of these terms that is from all the Upanishads and all of that. Finally, Bhagavad Gita is an essence of it. So we'll be listening to one chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So I would request all the Sahasragala students who participated to come onto the stage for chanting the 15th chapter. 15th chapter is Purushottama Prapti Yoga, which is a very small 20 verses. See, all these students, you see small children. The children right from the age of 4 years also. Yeah, you can see. Yeah, even though we have this program for children and adults, we have children, adults also. This, actually, they all have memorized. So there are a few students who have, Pranav, if you want, you can. Pranav, if you remember.
ॐ श्री परमात्मने नमः। अथ पञ्चदशोऽध्यायः पुरुषोत्तमप्राप्तियोगः। श्रीभगवानुवाच ऊर्ध्वमूलमधः शाखम् अश्वत्थं प्राहुरव्ययम् छन्दांसि यस्य पर्णानि यस्तं वेद स वेदवित् अधश्चोर्ध्वं प्रसृतास्तस्य शाखाः गुणप्रवृद्धा विषयप्रवालाः अधश्च मूलान्यनुसन्ततानि कर्मानुबन्धीनि मनुष्यलोके न रूपमस्येह तथोपलभ्यते नान्तो न चादिर्न च सम्प्रतिष्ठा अश्वत्थमेनं सुविरूढमूलम् असङ्गशस्त्रेण दृढेन छित्त्वा ततः पदं तत्परिमार्गितव्यम् यस्मिन् गता न निवर्तन्ति भूयः तमेव चाद्यं पुरुषं प्रपद्ये यतः प्रवृत्तिः प्रसृता पुराणी निर्मानमोहाजितसङ्गदोषाः अध्यात्मनित्या विनिवृत्तकामाः द्वन्द्वैर्विमुक्ताः सुखदुःखसंज्ञैः गच्छन्त्यमूढाः पदमव्ययं तत् न तद्भासयते सूर्यः न शशाङ्को न पावकः यद्गत्वा न निवर्तन्ते तद्धाम परमं मम ममैवांशो जीवलोके जीवभूतः सनातनः मनः षष्ठानीन्द्रियाणि प्रकृतिस्थानि कर्षति शरीरं यदवाप्नोति चाप्युत्क्रामतीश्वरः गृहीत्वैतानि संयाति वायुर्गन्धानि वाशयात् श्रोत्रं चक्षुस्पर्शनं च रसनं घ्राणमेव च अधिष्ठाय मनश्चायं विषयानुपसेवते उत्क्रामन्तं स्थितं वापि भुञ्जानं वा गुणान्वितं विमूढानानुपश्यन्ति पश्यन्ति ज्ञानचक्षुषः यतन्तो योगिनश्चैनं पश्यन्त्यात्मन्यवस्थितं यतन्तोऽप्यकृतात्मानः नैनं पश्यन्त्यचेतसः यदादित्यगतं तेजः जगद्भासयतेऽखिलं यच्चन्द्रमसि यच्चाग्नौ तत्तेजो विद्धि मामकं गामाविश्य च भूतानि धारयाम्यहमोजसा पुष्णामि चौषधीः सर्वाः सोमो भूत्वा रसात्मकः अहं वैश्वानरो भूत्वा प्राणिनां देहमाश्रितः प्राणापानसमायुक्तः तपान्नं चतुर्विधं सर्वस्य चाहं हृदि सन्निविष्टः मत्तः स्मृतिर्ज्ञानमपोहनं च वेदैश्च सर्वैरहमेव वेद्यः वेदान्तकृद्वेदविदेव चाहं द्वाविमौ पुरुषौ लोके क्षरश्चाक्षर एव च क्षरः सर्वाणि भूतानि कूटस्थोऽक्षर उच्यते उत्तमः पुरुषस्त्वन्यः परमात्मेत्युदाहृतः यो लोकत्रयमाविश्य बिभर्त्यव्यय ईश्वरः यस्मात्क्षरमतीतोऽहम् अक्षरादपि चोत्तमः अतोऽस्मि लोके वेदे च प्रथितः पुरुषोत्तमः यो मामेवमसम्मूढः जानाति पुरुषोत्तमं स सर्वविद्भजति मां सर्वभावेन भारत इति गुह्यतमं शास्त्रम् इदमुक्तं मया नघ एतद्बुद्ध्वा बुद्धिमान् स्यात् कृतकृत्यश्च भारत ॐ तत्सदिति श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतासु उपनिषत्सु ब्रह्मविद्यायां योगशास्त्रे श्रीकृष्णार्जुनसंवादे पुरुषोत्तमप्राप्तियोगो नाम पञ्चदशोऽध्यायः सर्वधर्मान् परित्यज्य मामेकं शरणं व्रज अहं त्वा सर्वपापेभ्यः मोक्षयिष्यामि मा शुचः.
Thank you. So that was the 15th chapter. Yeah, it was the 15th chapter where we had 20 verses. So all the kids have memorized all 700 verses of Bhagavad Gita. And so the focus of the program is perfect Ucharana. That's the main thing. The two aspects that are taught in the program. One is perfect pronunciation and also memorization without even a single hesitation or pausing or any kind of doubt. So they will be able to chant the whole 700 verses non-stop. In fact, they just finished all 18 chapters inside the temple. We just now finished the Parayana. So give them a big round of applause. Okay. So good thing is we don't even need to give them a heads up that you need to chant something somewhere and all. So mid of the night you wake them up, they will be able to chant any shloka, any chapter. Okay. Thank you all. Thank you all. Okay. So I would like to introduce one more person here, Sripada Indrakanti. So who is born, brought up here in Austin. Actually born in Connecticut but brought up here in Austin. So she has studied her high school here and she went to India studying for studying Ayurveda in India. So I would like her to tell her story about how she went to. The reason is it is interesting to understand somebody who's born, brought up here and went to VYASA also. She attended the YIC training in VYASA and she is representing as a Government of India Ministry of Ayush through Indian Council of Cultural Research and Studying in India for Ayurveda. So I will have her come and say a few words about her journey, and then she also teaches Patanjali, she has taught Patanjali Yoga Sutras twice, and then she also teaching Devanagari. So I will let her say a few words.
Thank you for a beautiful introduction, which almost covered everything I was going to say. But nevertheless, my journey started in 2018. So when I completed my 12th grade, I decided that I wanted to do something more than just anybody else, just go to college, get a job. I wanted to do something special. So that's when it occurred to me that I need to figure out myself before I could do anything else outside. So the first thing I did was finish my 12th grade fast and then started searching online where I could find scholarships to study in India, because India is the land of spirituality. India is a land where people started questioning. That's where questioning came from. So I wanted to go there so that I could understand the root of why the mind responds in certain ways and how we can control ourselves. So my first step started with going to YIC yoga instructor course in VYASA, Bangalore. So that's my first introduction into the yoga system and Sanskritam, Patanjali Yoga Sutras, bhajans, Vivekananda Swamiji's teachings and philosophy. After which I further proceeded into meditation course, Vipassana meditation course for 10 days of silence. So the silent retreat was totally different from my VYASA experience. VYASA was a loud place, people of different cultures, everybody together at one place. Everybody has different food habits, different mindsets. Everybody's coming for different reasons. Some people quit their job. Some people want to find peace. Some people are old. Some people are young. I was the youngest person to complete YIC. So I was 18 years old when I completed. And I was the youngest person to complete Vipassana meditation retreat as well at 18 years, which is the minimum age to go into it. So after both of these, it was really a big training for myself, because as a person, to handle such situations socially and culturally, it is very difficult on a person born and raised in the US. But I guess I was able to do it because I switched around 12 schools around my lifetime. So I went to all types of schools. Every 2-3 years, I went to a different school and saw a different culture. So it wasn't much of a challenge, but it was a very big challenge. It still is. So after 1 year of waiting, I found myself going to India in a flight without any knowledge about whether I'm going to get a seat into the college I chose. I chose not to apply to any American colleges because I just was so fixated on making that one dream come true, going to India and getting to the root cause of spirituality and everything. I was really headstrong and I was fixated on doing that one thing. I didn't want to do anything else. So finally, I didn't know whether I got the seat or not. It's been a year. So in this year, I was doing meditation, my art. So I'm a professional artist as well. So I make paintings related to spirituality, mainly. And I use multiple mediums to express it. And so during the journey, in 1 year time, I was finding myself involved in so many things which naturally occurred to me: singing, meditation, yoga, drawing. And then I wasn't sure about my college. That didn't worry me much. I just went to India on that flight, and I was not sure about my seat. And then after I landed in my college without having a seat, I get an email from the government of India saying that Ministry of External Affairs has selected you as a candidate to join, and you may join from today. So that was my journey into getting into the Bachelor of Ayurvedic Medicine and Surgery course, which is a 6-year-long course in India. I'm doing it in Karnataka, 3 hours away from Bangalore. And I really wanted to go to Karnataka because I like the people, I like the culture there, and especially after seeing VYASA as well. Recently, 1 month ago, I participated in a competition organized by Ramakrishna Mutt, Hyderabad. I'm sure most of you know the Glory of Indian Civilization contest. So that was about the Swami Vivekananda's lectures from Almora to Colombo. That there was a 100-page book which spoke about Vedanta and his lectures. So in that, I was fortunate to secure second among the, I think, 45,000 participants all over the nation. So among the entire country, I secured second prize. I felt very happy to be seen in the eyes of Swamiji, and I feel blessed to have his grace upon me. And I have conducted, as my father has mentioned, 2 sessions of Patanjali Yoga Sutras. It only was chanting sessions, so again the pronunciation aspects were mainly told, as well as fluent reading. So I know many people think that memorization is not important, or reading shlokas doesn't really help so much. Practicing yoga is something different. But yoga is in every single work that we do. It's not just in the asanas. And even Sthira Sukham Asanam, as Patanjali Maharshi says, asanam is something which we are able to stay in a place with our mind fixed and in a happy state of, at a state of ease. So as you've seen these few kids and adults chanting, they were not moving, they were not fiddling, they were able to sit very straight, and they've been doing that for years. Now, many of them have learned the Bhagavad Gita years ago, and they continue to sit. They can sit for 3 hours, 4 hours without moving. I think that is the end goal of yoga itself, to be able to do one work without moving and without feeling restless. So Patanjali Yoga Sutras has 196 sutras. So we conducted one batch through Vyoma Linguistic Labs, in March and another batch in last year, November at this time. So around 1,000 students had registered and participated in my classes. And now I teach Devanagari script class so that more people can read the script. Once you can read the script, it doesn't matter where you're from. You still have access to all our scriptures. So if you have access to the scriptures, then you don't have to rely on somebody telling you whether this is right or this is wrong. You have confidence in yourself. So I wanted people to get that confidence. So I'm teaching this script where almost more than 700 people are joined, have joined. So if anyone is interested, you can join. It's a free course. All my courses are free. So you may join online. I'm really happy to come here, and thank you for the opportunity to speak a few words about myself. Thank you. I'll chant a few sutras from Patanjali Yoga Sutras. Please close your eyes and sit straight. Om Atha Yoganuशासनम् Yogaश्चित्तवृत्तिनिरोधः तदाद्रष्टुस्वरूपेव स्थानं वृत्तिसारूप्यमितरत्र वृत्तयः पञ्चतयः क्लिष्टाः प्रमाणविपर्ययविकल्पनिद्रा स्मृतयः प्रत्यक्षानुमानागमाः प्रमाणानि विपर्ययो मिथ्याज्ञानमतद्रूपप्रतिष्ठम् शब्दज्ञानानुपाती वस्तुशून्यो विकल्पः अभावप्रत्ययालम्बनावृत्तिर्निद्रा अनुभूतविषया सम्प्रमोषस्मृतिः अभ्यासवैराग्याभ्यान्तन्निरोधः तत्र स्थितौ यत्नोऽभ्यासः स तु दीर्घकालनैरन्तर्यसत्कारासेवितो दृढभूमिः दृष्टानुश्रविकविषयवितृष्णस्य वशीकारसंज्ञा वैराग्यम् तत्परं पुरुषख्यातेर्गुणवैतृष्ण्यं वितर्कविचारानन्दास्मितारूपानुगमात् सम्प्रज्ञातः विरामप्रत्ययाभ्यासपूर्वः संस्कारशेषोऽन्यः भवप्रत्ययो विदेहप्रकृतिलयानां श्रद्धावीर्यस्मृतिसमाधिप्रज्ञापूर्वक इतरेषां तीव्रसंवेगानामासन्नः मृदुमध्याधिमात्रत्वात् ततोऽपि विशेषः ईश्वरप्रणिधानात्वा. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Venkat Garu, for blessing this evening by letting us know the inspiration of Ganapati Sachidananda Swamiji behind your work. Thank you, sir. And also thank you for bringing to us those divine souls who chanted Bhagavad Gita and made this evening truly blessed. Thank you so much. And we wish you the very best. Sripada, you're truly a soul searcher. I think you're very enlightened, going in your father's journey, and we wish you the very best. Thank you for sharing your thoughts with us. Now, I would like to call Karthik on stage to let us know what's in the journey next.
Next, we have a yoga dance by Srini ji. Well, please welcome him to the stage again.
सहस्रादिसंवत्सरा पूर्वं नरज्ञान उद्धारणाय समर्पितम् आदियोगिराज्यं सप्तर्षिभ्यो बोधितम् अतिश्रेष्ठम् इदं विशालं विज्ञानम् आदियोगिनं प्रणमाम्यहम् आदियोगिनं प्रणमाम्यहम् आदियोगिं नमस्तुभ्यं प्रसीद योगेश्वर जन्ममरणोऽलङ्कृत महाकाल नमोऽस्तु ते आदियोगिं नमस्तुभ्यं प्रसीद योगेश्वर जन्ममरणोऽलङ्कृत महाकाल नमोऽस्तु ते ज्ञानशृङ्गवृषारूढं प्रचण्डं विश्वेश्वरं जटाधूतं भस्माङ्गम् आदियोगिनं प्रणमाम्यहम् पृथ्वीतेजोदकं वायुं वशीकृतमाकाश च महाभूतेश्वरं देवम् आदियोगिनं प्रणमाम्यहम् पृथ्वीतेजोदकं वायुं वशीकृतमाकाश च महाभूतेश्वरं देवम् आदियोगिनं प्रणमाम्यहम् सदाशिवं बन्धपाशहरं देवम् आदियोगिनं प्रणमाम्यहम् निर्गुणं त्रिगुणं पारं रुद्रहरं सदाशिवं बन्धपाशहरं देवम् आदियोगिनं प्रणमाम्यहम् गङ्गाधरं सोमकुण्डलभूषितं नागराजधरं देवम् आदियोगिनं प्रणमाम्यहम् दक्षिणाभिमुखस्थितं योगविज्ञानमोक्षदं सप्तऋषिभिः वन्दितम् आदियोगिनं प्रणमाम्यहम् दक्षिणाभिमुखस्थितं योगविज्ञानमोक्षदं सप्तऋषिभिः
Namaskaram everyone. This is what we call as yoga dance flow, where we can actually celebrate yoga by tuning it to music. And this has to be felt like not a dreadful practice where you're bending, but this is an expression of joy. And then we want to make this experiment so that most people can take yoga and then not worry about why do I have to bend, but make it as a joyful, like a dance experience. And as the song says, this knowledge of yoga was revealed by Adi Yogi himself about 10,000 of years ago. And what a blessing that we have to see Sripada Garu pursue this, having born here, and recite Patanjali Yoga Sutra. What a beautiful thing, what a magical night. And the way that she said, yoga is all about not even these bends and moves. That's just a small, what we call as a trinket. The real treasure is when we restrain this turbulent mind. Chitta vritti nirodha. That's when tadadrastuhu swarupe avasthanam. The real divinity within us gets revealed. It means all our thoughts and actions will have divine flavor to it. And that's when we all work together to build excellence within us and all around us. I want to thank you, Shailesh and Yoga Bharati team, for all of you for giving this wonderful opportunity to share my joy, more importantly, to witness this joy all around us. Thank you.
Thank you, Srini Garu. That was very inspiring. Me being a dancer, especially to see coordinated yoga like that was very, very thrilling. And to see the cosmic dancer behind you and seeing your inner journey is wonderful. Thank you. Now, I would like to invite Vinodji onto the stage to say a few words about the amazing product he and Muraliji have built, the YogiFi, the smart yoga mat. It will be followed by a demonstration of the YogiFi mat.
Good evening. Good evening, everyone. So till now, you have seen the most authentic form of yoga in the most traditional way. I am going to show you a modern twist of yoga for the modern customer. So, can you play the video, please? and you please dim the lights. Excuse me. Actually, 4 years ago, I left my corporate job. I went on a bit of an introspection journey to find the real purpose of my life. So what I did was, I went to Himalayan mountains for about 2 weeks. I want to spend in isolation, not getting influenced by any external world, I want to just think through and get clarity in terms of what I want to do with my life. So that's where one clarity that came to me, of course being an engineer, I thought I have to create a new innovation that benefits the current and the future generations, and in a way that it positively impacts their life. So with this thought, I came back from Himalayas and I went to my hometown where I did my schooling. So we had a school reunion there. Pretty much, these are all like, the 10th grade classmates. We all met after 25 years. So at that reunion, I met my partner at YogiFi. His name is Murali. And so we both sat together and we were just discussing. He was asking questions like, why did you leave your job and what exactly you wanted to do. So I just shared this thought that I got this clarity, right? That I'm looking for something, I have few thoughts in my mind, but I'm looking for something in the lines of giving back a unique innovation to this world that the future generations can use. So he got really connected with that and he said, hey, I'm also thinking in the same lines, okay? And in fact, he left his job. And he said, if you are interested, we can join hands together. So he just shared a brief story about his life. He was working for a company called Cisco. And during his time at Cisco, he developed severe lifestyle ailments, primarily, severe back pain and peak diabetes. So at one stage, he was completely disabled. He was not even able to sit, stand, or walk. So the only solution was to go for spine surgery. That's when he was introduced to yoga by one of his family members. So he had to make a decision whether he wants to go for surgery or, which is quite quick but risky, or take the path of yoga, which may be slow but safe, right? So he decided to go with yoga, and that's when he joined VYASA. He got enrolled into a program for about, I think, 9 months. That changed his life forever. So after 9 months, he got completely recovered. He was able to reverse his ailments. He was able to completely recover. No back pain, the kind of back bends he does now, you will not believe this guy has back pain at some point, right? And his diabetes has become completely normal. So that changed his life. And since yoga helped him, he wanted to help more people. And he started taking free classes for people. That's when actually he uncovered a bigger problem where a lot of people are joining, but there is no consistency. And different people are joining for different objectives. People are busy with their daily life. They are not able to attend classes regularly. People are joining remotely. He doesn't know what they are doing at their home. So there are like whole lot of problems. And he was wearing his engineering hat and thinking about what I can do to really help people integrate yoga into their daily life. So that's how the whole idea of YogiFi originated. And we joined hands together. And we decided we will take this journey forward, and that's what is our smart mat. I will show you more in the demo. Essentially, the bigger vision for us is like how we take bath every day, how we brush our teeth, right? Our vision is every household should have a mat like this where they practice few minutes of yoga on a daily basis, without giving up, and at least get started on the yoga journey. And once we eliminate that entry barrier, right, there are anyway organizations like VYASA and Yoga Bharati and all, who will take them through the the bigger journey of getting the real value of yoga out, right? But at least, we will eliminate the entry barrier where people are not complaining or not giving reasons on why they are not able to do yoga. So that's the whole idea behind creating this product. Thank you. You can play the video, the second one. Yeah, you can turn on the lights. So we'll give a small demonstration of the product. You may not be able to see everything here on the stage, but at least you will probably understand a bit about how this product works, because you need to have a mobile app, and the mat connects to the app, and all the content is delivered from the mobile app. And when a person is practicing, an individual is practicing on the mat tells you how to do various postures, and if you're doing it wrong, it will correct your posture in real time. And beyond that, it will track your overall, the practice, and tells you how was your balance and flexibility metrics at the end of the session. And if you have an Apple Watch, it will also collect your vitals, and it will give you a kind of a holistic view of how your overall yoga session practice is, and how it is helping improve some of your health metrics. Yeah, you can come over. So basically it has 4 postures here, and I will play the video on the app, and the mat is going to guide, and he will be doing 4 different postures, and for each posture it will tell how to do that posture, and then when he's doing it, it will tell whether the person is doing it right or wrong, and then it will correct your posture.
Plank pose. Let's start with plank pose. Keep your palms shoulder width apart and feet together. Keep your core engaged. Bring your toes together. Excellent hold. Continue to work those core muscles. Eight limbs pose. Exhale. Move the knees, chest and chin down, keeping the elbows close to your body and hips up. This one's not easy. You've got it absolutely right. Cobra pose. Starting with your palms next to your chest. Inhale and lift your upper body up, keeping your legs and hips firm. Come up till the belly button and try to look up. Well done. Now pose. Tuck your toes and move the hips up. Try to place your palms firm on the mat and heels down on the mat. Get deeper in the posture by keeping your palms and feet firm on the mat. Relax in this posture and keep your awareness on the breath. Welcome to YogiFi. Please come to the top line of the mat. Prayer pose. Exhale. Keep your feet together and bring both palms to the heart chakra in Namaskara and look forward. Check your posture. Try to keep your feet together and palms to the chest. You've got it right. Stay in the same pose and get ready for the next asana. Warrior One pose. Move your left leg back to a wider stance and bend your front leg, keeping the right knee and ankle aligned. Extend your arms up with the palms together. Keep your feet in a wider stance. Strong warrior indeed. Now, slowly bring your left foot forward to join the right. Now for the other side. Move your right leg back to a wider stance and bend your front leg, keeping the left knee and ankle aligned. Extend your arms up with the palms together. You've got it right. Great going. Exhale. Release your arms by the side of your body. Bring your right foot forward to join the left and come to the top line of the mat for the next pose. Garland pose. Stand with your feet hip-width distance at the top line. Bring your hands to prayer position. Lower your hips and squat down. Elongate your spine, leaning back. Gently push your knees out with your elbows. Good job. We will now slowly transition to lie down on the abdomen for the next pose. Gently, come up to standing and lie down on your abdomen. Upward facing dog. Place your palms by the side of your chest, and inhale, come up lifting your knees, thighs and torso off the mat. Keep your ankles and palms firm on the mat, with your knees, thighs and hips off the mat. Keep your feet hip distance apart with the toes pointed back. Great flexibility. Get ready for the next asana. Downward facing dog. Exhale, tuck your toes and move your hips up. Try to place your palms firm on the mat and feet apart at hip distance. Good. Relax in this posture and find a breathing rhythm. Move your knees down onto the mat and sit on your heels. Thunderbolt pose. Sit down and move your hips to the heels. Try to keep your spine straight with your palms on the thighs. Great. Get ready for a relaxing cool down.
If you want to see the demo later after this, the mats will be here, and if you want to try it yourself, feel free to do it. Thanks again.
Thank you, Vinodji, for your presentation, and thank you, Sunita and Karthik, for your demonstration. And thank you for coming up with this innovative tool which is, going to blend our Eastern philosophy and going to open Western minds to do something more like soul searching. Thank you for coming up with this, and we wish you the very best for your entrepreneurial journey. I would like to now invite Shailesh ji and his executive team to come up on the stage for his few words.
Better? Okay. So thank you again, if you haven't heard, for people who have traveled from different parts of the country and everybody who took their time this evening to spend with us. So we'd like to take a moment to felicitate our chief guests. So if you can please come up to the stage, Anil ji, Ashwini ji, Srini ji, yes, okay. Vinod ji, please can you come up to the stage? Yeah. Again, we also wanted to thank a couple more folks. Aparna ji, can you please come? Again, it's been an honor for that you accepted to come and be the MC for today. Please, thank you. Please be seated. And also, Venkat garu, please come on over. And for me, again, one of the biggest bonus for the evenings is for me today evening is Sripada garu. Can you please come on? I mean, it was so amazing to hear her sing Yoga Sutras. It just gave goosebumps. And we're looking forward to close participation in her classes. Yeah. Yeah, can you please be seated? Yeah. Please be seated. Yeah, so let's all just sing a couple of shlokas and head for dinner. So let's all sing Sarve Bhavantu together. Sarve Bhavantu and then Brahmarpanam together. Okay, let's sing together. Okay, Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah, Sarve Santu Niramayah, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kaschit Dukkha Bhag Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Brahmarpanam Brahmahavihi, Brahmagnau Brahmanahutam, Brahmaivate Nagantavyam, Brahma Karma Samadhina. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you. Everybody please head to the dinner hall. We have dinner. Thank you very much for coming and look forward to the partnership for years to come. Thank you.